My friend Bradley Woodrum summed up the success of the Avengers nicely, so I thought I would just quote him verbatim. For this, I may need some music. Confession. I hate the Avengers. Ha! Certainly not the movie, you pompous fools. The concept, the comic as it were. I hate when superheroes are all pressed together and forced to share a spotlight in an amiable relationship. Super Friends, Avengers, Justice League. The fact that I loved the Avengers, despite its flawed premise, despite that it had to play nice with already established characters from recent Marvel movies, despite that it was in every way predisposed towards hokiness, CGI fetishness, sappy love arcs, and gluttonous Hollywoodization, the fact that I enjoyed the Avengers despite these likely predictable shortcomings is a massive testament to Whedon's ability as a director and storyteller. Whedon is the Pixar of live action. There is no praise higher for a filmmaker. Yeah. So, what should the powers that be do with this information? I have a notion. Firefly Season 2. And if it's successful and everyone involved agrees, Serenity 2. Isn't it about time? The reason Firefly, the show, and Serenity, the film, flopped were because of marketing and distribution hurdles. Hurdles which now are not so tall, considering Joss Whedon just co-wrote and directed a film which shattered all previous opening weekend box office records. If Whedon and the creative team behind the Firefly universe are still interested, then my recommendation to the one who holds the legal keys to the Firefly kingdom: do one simple thing. Start a Kickstarter project. It's the crowdsourcing age. Let the fans prove it to you that this is worth doing commercially. Look, I already have a mock-up poster for you. And I'd kick that. I'd totally kick that to the tune of $100. Doesn't sound like much, but that's the point. It's crowdsourcing. All you have to do is find 500,000 other people like me that are out there who would be willing to fund this to $100. And what do you have? $50 million off the bat. And that's before you've even dipped into studio resources. And I know finding that many people would be willing to give $100 sounds like a far-fetched idea. That's the thing about Kickstarter. So many people are passionate about funding art from the beginning, art that they believe in. And they don't even really have to have anything back from it, just the fact that they know that they contributed, and without them that piece of art may not have come into existence. And Firefly fans are pretty serious about this whole thing. Without even official consent, a ragtag group of a few Firefly fans got together and pledged $1 million to fund a new season of Firefly. Now, $1 million is not a lot, again, but that's without the infrastructure of Kickstarter. That's without a officially sanctioned fundraising campaign. The thing about Kickstarter is that it's a no-risk investment. If you don't reach your funding goal, then nobody loses any money. You mainly want to just do social networking marketing. You have a legion of fanboys like me who are going to do marketing for you. Of course, there are some kinks to be worked through. I don't know if Kickstarter has the infrastructure to handle like upwards of $20 million. They claim they have no cap on the amount that you can fund. They did just have a video game that's funded for over $3.3 million, which is the record so far. I think we're really at a tipping point here. People, individuals, are willing to invest in entertainment up front in a way that was never available to them before. And wouldn't it be exciting if Firefly, a show that had such a rocky first run, be the first show, major studio show, to be funded in such a way? So the question is, would you kick that? If so, to what extent? Leave a comment or a video response telling how much you'd be willing to pledge and could pledge. That's the thing. Gotta be honest about this. Don't inflate the numbers, because then we're gonna look stupid when we say, hey, we're pledging $20 million, and then we end up with 500,000 or something. Starting next week, I'll be uploading weekly episodes of my India travel show, Digital Numkeen, which you can check out on Wednesdays. My first one will be about my trip to Hyderabad, so take a look at that if you're interested in that sort of thing. More videos linked at the end. In the meantime, keep it creative, keep it quality, and keep it constructive, YouTube. Thank you very much. Okay, so the song you've been hearing is just, I don't know, I wanted to write something in honor of the Avengers. This is what I came up with. It's pretty simple. Made for a good music bit. Fun.